Uber has launched multiple new products and features that are set to go live this month in a number of African countries, such as South Africa, Ghana, Kenya, Ivory Coast and Nigeria. The launch also showcased audio recording, the latest addition to the mobility service provider's suite of safety features. For more on this, I'm now joined by Kagiso Khaole, the General Manager for Uber South Africa. Very good evening to you, Kagiso. Thank you so much for your time. The safety of drivers has been a massive talking point. I mean, drivers and passengers included. Talk to us about how this feature is going to assist to ensure that drivers and passengers alike are safe.
Good evening. Yes, that's true. You know, our riders, our drivers, they value safety as one of the key reasons why they utilize Uber. And within the company, we've got a value that says, you know, we stand for safety. And that's something we really endeavor to do on a daily basis. We look at, from a product perspective, we've built out the safety toolkit, which has features such as ride check, where you can request that a PIN is given on every trip. You've also got trusted contacts, where you've got loved ones that can follow you on your trips. And we thought, you know, what is the next, step into improving this broad tools that we have on the app? And audio recording has come up many times in our roundtables. It's come up in discussions with drivers, riders alike. And that was the need to, include it into the trip. So we took some time, really looked at this because, again, privacy is something that is at the core of what you do. It's not an afterthought. So we built audio recording with that in mind. So this feature actually allows riders and drivers in Johannesburg today and later in the rest of South Africa to be able to record audio, and it's encrypted right from the beginning. So that means it's not accessible to the rider, it's not accessible to the driver, and not even Uber. The only time that we get to see it is when you log a safety incident. And this is something that we think will be able to, improve the conduct of both riders and drivers, as well as help us to be able to make better decisions around incidents that may occur.
Will this safety feature be able to perhaps alert the South African Police Service?
I think that's a feature that we definitely would like to consider. Currently, we've got an emergency button that's available during the trip, where the rider or the driver can get access to a network of private security. When you press that button, we dispatch our private security, which can come to you anywhere you are in Uber in South Africa. In addition to that, we also contact the police services. Typically, we get there before the police. We've got a response time of around 46 minutes on average. So we've been able to, prevent a lot of incidents. We've actually managed to, in some cases, even stop incidents from happening. So recently, in the south of Joburg, we were able to actually apprehend prevent a hijack that was already happening. The security was able to, arrest the individual and then allow the police to come and do their work. So this is a very important feature, especially, in the environment that we found ourselves in, and sometimes riders and drivers traveling late at night. It gives you that extra comfort knowing that in addition to, the local law enforcement, Uber has this network of private security that's able to come in the event of a serious matter.
Now, Uber drivers have faced a lot of challenges and perhaps expressed their frustrations. Just last month, we saw a number of them with Bolt drivers also expressing their frustrations over commissions, over permits, over the escalating price of fuel. How have they responded to this feature, especially looking at the challenges that they've faced, in fact, right at the start of this year?
So we've gotten early feedback from the drivers. Our approach to this was really to double down on our engagement. So we started off having roundtables, sitting with drivers, explaining this feature, explaining just how it could work. In addition to that, when we launched it, we sent wide communication, allowed drivers to give us feedback. And it was really interesting, some of the very insightful feedback that we received. Some of the questions that we got was around, will you be able to understand 11 official languages? How would that process work? Does this now allow us to adjudicate matters a lot more balanced? questions around, storage and how to utilize the feature. So the feedback has been great so far from drivers. I myself have been in a few trips since we've launched, and the input that I've gotten on a one-on-one basis as well has been largely positive. From a rider side, again, we've started to see users starting to use it. We've just launched in Johannesburg, and we'll be expanding into the rest of South Africa. So far, so good. And again, we take a very experimental test and learn approach, and we're continually improving our platform as we launch these products.
Food delivery drivers, Uber Eats, has also been under a lot of pressure when it comes to safety and security. In fact, Soweto Uber Eats is no longer in service. I mean, could an app or the improvement such as this feature assist to perhaps allow Soweto Uber Eats to now go back and resume delivering again in that part of the country?
Yeah, the safety of our riders, our drivers, and couriers are paramount. And that's why we made this decision to stop delivery in some of these areas, the 11 areas within Soweto. Pickup is still available, and we're continually working to make sure that we can prepare a return back into those markets. I don't think that this is a permanent situation, but if the situation improved, if the environment allows for it, we will come back. The safety of the delivery people on the platform is very, very important, and that's why we will continue to bring in these features. We've got a safety checkup that's also available to delivery people on the platform. They're able to look at bike safety. They're able to access features such as Follow My Ride, which allows loved ones, again, to be able to see the driver as they move along, as well as access to the emergency buttons that we've provided. So we are continuing to innovate. We're really looking at the problem as a challenge that needs to be solved, and we're working together, even outside of Uber, to work with local law enforcement, community policing, and the like, to be able to make it a safe way to continue earning on the Uber platform.
Very well. Let's leave it there for now, and thank you for your time. Kagiso Khaole, General Manager for Uber.